It's more going to be hard to talk about. If you can't understand what I'm talking about, go on Netflix, Star Trek The Next Generation, and find an episode called Transfiguration and watch that episode. Because that episode is giving us an idea of what it means to evolve into what's known as, well, I suppose it depends on who you're talking to. Dr. David R. Hawkins called it Homo spiritus, in other words, spirit man. I've heard somebody call it maybe like, there's some other name that they're calling it now too. But it's basically a being who is not confined to what we consider a physical body. It's more of a body of light, which may or may not need to appear at all. In other words, your consciousness, won't be requiring a physical vessel. It doesn't mean you're going to be dying or your physical body is going to drop dead. No, it's just going to transform into light, and then maybe you'll be able to teleport yourself from here to somewhere else. Um, It's more than welcome to comment on this, because if it is true, then we don't really know who's going to transform, when they're going to be transformed, and then what happens next. But the good thing is, I don't think it's up to your ego mind to decide. I think it's up to something else. And therefore, letting go is the best procedure for everything that comes along. What does letting go mean? It means, if your body starts shaking or whatever, not being worried about it, letting go of fear. Always let go of fear. And if you feel a feeling that feels like fear, well, you just have to tell yourself, this isn't my fear. It's being projected at me from I don't know where, but it is not mine. So, if anytime you feel fear, that's what you have to remember to tell yourself. It's not my fear. I don't know where it's coming from. Or maybe you do know where it's coming from. Maybe you'll have an intuition, but it's not your fear. Whatever you are, fear is not you. And although we do feel it and sometimes we don't like it, don't get trapped in the idea that the fear is never going to end. And don't get trapped into the idea that you are the fear, or the fear is part of you, or there's something to be fearful about. How do you do that? Breathing exercises. Best thing to do is just focus on your breathing. If you find you're breathing quickly, try slowing it down. And remember to ground yourself, and that is to imagine you're growing roots out at the bottom of your feet deep into the earth. It's good to drink lots and lots of water all the time, way more than the average person drinks. Keep yourself very well hydrated, and get lots of sleep. And if you feel like you're way more sleepy than other people, it's okay. It's normal when you're undergoing ascension. And who's undergoing ascension? Well, if you're watching this, quite likely you are undergoing ascension to higher states of consciousness. Where that all goes, I don't know. I don't know. It's a great mystery for me. It's a great mystery for you. Now, as for the Justin Bieber hat, it has nothing to do with Earth ascension. It is simply a very well-known singer, etc., and it has nothing at all to do with ascension, as far as I know. I'm Harry Weaver, and I'm not going to be drinking the Jim Beam neither. Stay away from booze as much as you can, and yeah, try and just stay grounded.